All right, so hello and welcome everyone. My name is Aman Master, and today we have with us Harsh Kumar Dadhania. So, Harsh, tell us a bit about yourself and your current position.
Yeah, for the today's meeting and interview call, right? The main purpose is about knowing about me. So I finished my food science degree from the Centennial College, and right after I worked in different companies as a quality assurance technician, and right now I'm working as a QA inspector in McCormick.
How did your time at Centennial shape your career path?
So, if I talk about myself, my journey, basically, I finished like bachelor in agriculture, and then I pursued like food science. So, quite it was related, but still there was a different things I have learned at the time, more about like food science and food engineering and all the laboratory works. And for those one, yeah, many things I learned at the time, and there were a couple of the things that were new for me. And definitely there were many things later on I understand like, okay, those things were actually for being a part for the practical work as well. It wasn't just like the theoretical, but ultimately when I landed on the job, at the time I realized like, okay, those the portions, it's actually working in the real environment.
Would you give an example of what you mean by that?
So mainly about like the has a plan and creating the SOPs and all of those ones. Like at the time in the classes, we were thinking like, okay, what is this actually and how we gonna use for, right? And it was a little bit confusing at that time, but that one I can say is the best portion and best things to learn, because if you get to know about like in the beginning, like okay, how actually the companies are working and what are their expectations from the students or the newcomers, right? So we could give the more focus on those area rather than just focusing on the extra works.
Now, I have a question about quality assurance. Was it your first option or did you have other plans?
I wasn't sure at the time, right? Because once we just finish the studies, we look for the market, right? How the market is going on and what are the opportunities for us. And also we always tend to do like, okay, whatever we can start early as possible, we just go and land and for that, right? So depends on everybody's perspective, like, but as of now, if I can see in a world scenario, there are a lot of opportunities, a lot of fields you can go. It's not just about if I did the food science, you can just go to the food science sectors. So
Hmm.
depends, like you research more about the market, industries, and you can choose the path, whatever you want to pursue in your life. Yeah, so at the time I figured it out like okay, there are a couple of things about the quality assurance and working in the production environment. Yeah, for me, I didn't want to go for the laboratory portion at a one part. So even like working in the production environment, you engage with more people, right? More department. So even it's like more in a growth side as well, rather than working in just one environment in just one laboratory. So yeah, that was the one thing I was looking in that sector.
My next question is, I'm sure you've had memorable experiences at Centennial. Like, I've been here for 4 months and I already have a ton of memorable experiences. Would you share one that stands out the most?
Yeah, mainly we were just going for the practical classes because at that time the COVID period was running, so there were no theoretical classes at all. Only like 3 or 4 times we used to go for the practicals, and but still, yeah, that created a lot of memories towards like the colleagues, and we met with the different professors. Yeah, I remember like one part like the food science project too, I think. Yeah, we did the experiment for like a couple of weeks, and we figured it out how everything the laboratory works, and we submitted the report. Yeah, I think that one was the memorable part rather than I think you guys have more experience because you are engaging and going every day to college. Yeah, still it was a memorable event.
What was your journey like when after graduation, like right after graduation? What was your exact thought process in pursuing the job market?
Thought process, I would say I figure it out, and even before, like I had the 2 degrees, like I did the agriculture and I did the food science. So I was looking for the both option. I was open for the both opportunities, but I did the market research kind of. Okay, if I go into the agriculture, right, what are the chances right now and what are the chances in the future on, right? I cannot just look for the right now. If I just look for the like temporary solution, it's not gonna work at the one point. Because if I start in the agriculture sector, then it's quite hard to move into the food sector later on, right? So even whenever I talk to other like the juniors, I just recommend that like, okay, you guys look forward for the future as well. Like which path do you actually want to go, right? So yeah, journey was quite so at the time I just eliminated like agriculture sector. Okay, I said okay, no more agriculture for now because what I wanted and what everybody's desire is different, right? So and goals are different. So look yourself and the path because there are a lot of opportunity, a lot of doors are open there, but you just have to seek, right? You just have to seek in that direction wherever you want to reach. So yeah, then I researched like okay, once I finish my studies, okay, there are the different paths, right? Even the pharma is better actually. Pharma, then cosmetics like biotech, laboratories. Yeah. So firstly, I landed with the Wonder Brands as a QA tech, and then I figured it out. Okay, this path is good as well because Wonder Brand is a famous company. We can say that. So that experience, um, helped me in the many factors.
So would you prefer your job as a QA inspector or would you prefer on in agriculture, like you said?
Depends on everybody's perspective. I like agriculture as well. I like to work in the farms, but there are a couple of like cons as well, right? And some of the prawns I selected for the food role pretty much is the same, but depends on which environment do you want to live and learn, right? If I select the agriculture, then yeah, probably I had to go out of the town. I had to live in the other cities and those areas, right? Even like sometimes you have to figure it out, like the some kind of the experience certificates. Because if I want to be agronomist, right, then what kind of the certificates I would require, and then I'm only eligible for giving the advisory to the farmers. So those all kind of the process, and I figure it out early in the beginning, right? So it helped me to not moving that part, and I just look for okay, this part is running kind of the equally fast, so there is no worry. Like I don't regret to go for the agriculture. Yeah, so depends on your choice, what you are thinking actually, because I can see that others like they did the microbiology in the back home, biotech, some food, right? Other pharma, they already have been done like in the back home, and here they are pursuing something different, right? But you can choose, you can figure it out by yourself, like within next few years, let's say after 3 years or after 5 years, which option would be beneficial for you?
So basically you don't have to limit yourself. You can choose as much as you want.
Definitely, definitely, you should not limit yourself. Yeah, you can start from the short-term goal, that is totally fine, but yeah, you can still switch the direction, right? So be open-minded all the time, look for the opportunities, whatever is best suitable for you, you can just go for that one.
That's great advice. So I'm sure you enjoy your work as a QA inspector. What's the best part about it?
Day to day, it depends on like the companies and environment, right? Like the same QA inspector position would have the different responsibility, infrastructure, and everything. Here, for my day to day responsibility or duties, I could say like working with the COA, customers, providing and verifying the COA, right? If there is some kind of the issue, then I have to resolve with the customer figure it out the root cause for that, and mainly working with the warehouse team, doing the inspection of the raw material whenever we receive, and sometimes when we ship to the customer. So those kind of the raw material inspection I do on normal basis.
Are there any skills that you regret not pursuing?
So yeah, for the skills, I would suggest like as many of you can grasp throughout your journey, it will be better, right? Mainly about like the communication, decision making, because those are the more key skills you can use during your any workplace. It's not just about here, but everywhere, right? And also like I would suggest like taking initiative to learning something new, right? Because it's you can figure it out. Okay, if you want to become something in like 3 or 5 years, let's say you want to become a supervisor, right? How you can complete in a 1 or 2 years. So even in the college time, there are a couple of practical works, even the theoretical knowledge, right? It will definitely help you out during your first job because nothing is like the West, right? So depends how you can go through during your courses. Even the smallest things, right? It will eventually will be useful at a one point. As I was talking about, right, the documentation portion. If you learn during your college time, so you don't have to worry about like during the first or during the interview questions, right? So at least you have the basic knowledge, and if you can figure it out what are the skills, meanwhile you can learn it during your journey or process. And also like the building a networking, right? Eventually it will help you out at any point, maybe not today but after 1 year or 2 years as well.
And I was actually getting to that. Like, how important is it, networking and mentorship in your field?
I would say just like kind of like it saves your time very much. If you have the mentorship, you don't have to go like right, I mean, through the process, right? If you get the mentorship, you can skip some of the time. Let's say if you're gonna learn something in 1 or 2 years, probably you will learn within 6 months, right? And also networking, you can reach out as many as people. Eventually, some of them will be helpful for you to teach something or life learning lessons or about like the career related. So how like depends you're gonna connect with the different people, so you will get to know about like different things from them. Everybody
Mm.
has like different mind, different perspective, right? So one thing you will learn a lot from them. And mentorship, I think like that if you have the mentorship, you will learn very fast, other
Mm.
than you have to figure it out everything by yourself, right? So it's like they will give you some kind of the push and you will run very fast. It's like
Uh,
kind of like fueling, right? Fueling
uh,
your car.
what advice would you give to our current Centennial students?
For the students, like definitely they finish in different areas, right? Different fields, biotech, food science, pharmaceuticals. Uh, Yeah, there are many chances for them, many opportunities are waiting outside. But yeah, just focus on few things, whatever is like the priority, right? And just make a plan how you're gonna uh, get a job within 2 months or 3 months, right? Or maybe less period of right. But if you don't have the set goal, it's gonna just running away. You cannot finish on the time. So you can make a plan, right? Okay, if I want to get a job in specific area, what are the chances and what are the possibility I can get within 2 months or within a 1 month, right? You can list down all the companies, you can reach to the people. The LinkedIn is the great source, right? You can directly connect with the managers, HRs, and also do the mock interview with your friends, right?
Mm.
Just ask more questions and mainly figure it out how companies are working actually. And people has like different perspective in their mind, but you have to figure it out. Let's say if you start, if you want to work in the bakeries. So how bakeries actually working, you will get all the information.
mm,
So
mm,
whenever you go for the interview, there is no chances if I don't get the job, right? Basic things like, and right now the scenario is a little bit different. It's not like the same it was before when I started my first job. Right now competition is a little bit more. So I always suggest figure it out how you can be in the top 10,
mm.
right? Let's say there are 100 applications. So what can you do something significant, right? With your resume, with your skills, with your knowledge. So you can be in the top 10 something, right? So for that, you have to give your time, energy as well, and make a plan basically. Just don't go everywhere. If you will
Right,
go
right.
everywhere, you will not reach anywhere, right? So
Okay.
just do a lot of research, right? Everybody has time, and maybe take like few weeks, right? Research. I'm not just saying research. Just do like, okay, I can go here, I can get this job. No, right? Proper planning research. If I go with this field, what are the chances for the next promotion? What are the chances for the salary expectation, right? It's not just going and working, right? There are many factors. It's not like you can just work anywhere,
Right.
right?
Oh, okay.
So explore everything and then figure it out. Okay, I choose these two options or these two fields. Okay, now I will more focus on only these two,
Mm,
right? Someone has more priority for the R&D as well, research and development. Some wants to go in the regulatory, right? There are many options, but in the beginning we think like that, okay, we cannot go there. No, always there are the chances, right? But you have to figure it out how you can reach there. Definitely is gonna helpful at a one point. It will help you to reach in top 10 position.
all right. That's a great answer, Harsh. That's all the questions we have for today right now. Thank you again very much for taking the time to actually attend this interview and participate in this initiative. Thank you for the information you provided. It's been very insightful.